super excited for what's coming, what's already in motion, and with renewed energy after the winter holiday, like the holiday season, but also realizing that when I shared the vision for this, I hoped maybe 2 or 3 people would be like super excited into it. And then we had about 26 people that have expressed interest across the 4 committees. From last week's emails, 15 have confirmed that they're highly invested for now through June. And now we're starting to take ownership of specific event ideas and tasks and try to make concrete progress moving forward. We're very close on the website for Skates C-Bus. That is just pretty much gonna say that we're an organization that's comprised of smaller groups and individuals that's working towards these things, and the hope is for it to be a landing page for potential sponsors and those. Thing that I ask that I have of anyone in the next week or so is that we're looking for images that we can use on the website that we have the rights to use on the website.
I don't know if
So we're kind of peeking over there. Figured a couple of the Wake and Skate group shots, but more things that are specifically in Columbus, people skating outside, even you by yourself or anything like that. But
lessons, outside lessons, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah.
and we have the committee pages broken out. We've been working on that with Chris and Glenn from the Columbus Speed Skating page. But one big side piece that is super excited about is a resources page that essentially will share and have links to the Facebook groups for Primetime Skaters and the Columbus Rollerskaters, but also to follow the Mill Roller Club on Instagram for events and kind of be like a comprehensive. It'll have the speed skating, it'll have the rink.
I love that.
The fact that we have 2 rinks and what their schedules are, lessons that are being taught by Eight Wheels Down and people, but we're just gonna kind of put them all on one page. That'll be scrollable, kind of like an index or thing, and that should be live in by March as well. So as we're paring down on which events are actually happening, I've started a 2026 calendar with March through October specific dates of when events are happening, such as the Gallery Hop in the Short North, the Open Streets events that they started in the fall of last year, assuming that those continue on 4th Sundays. I've now added Franklinton Fridays, which we'll have some update on shortly. And then some events that we have not narrowed down dates and times for, such as there's a lot of talk of a spring skate maintenance workshop somewhere where we can learn how to change your wheels and bearings and adjust and order things. The speed skating, their spring schedule, there's been talk about also a May event. I'll save that for a later update too. And Wake and Skates. And there's also been talk of some night skates on Sunday evenings, but more in the 5 to 7 range on Sunday evenings. So just narrowing down which ones are actually gonna happen so that at the beginning of March, as we're doing an outward push to media outlets, it can say these are all things happening in Columbus skating this summer if you have your own skates.
As a matter of fact, Bernie, is JT and them still doing the Westerville? Do you know? Are they still doing
it on their own?
Yes.
Yeah, they still doing it.
Who is
Them and
who is
Gavin
that?
or Gavin, whatever his name
It's
is.
Michael,
Yeah, but Michael had stopped doing it, and then
and it was just Gavin.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
Gavin. Yeah, Gavin. He DJs over at the Grove City rink. There's a skating rink in Grove City nobody goes to.
Because the floor is terrible.
It's a
Oh, is it?
concrete.
Oh,
it's
I've
concrete.
been to that rink once. It
Oh.
ripped a hole in my leggings.
I
When
broke
fell
my
on the
arm
floor. Oh, yeah.
there.
Oh, wow.
So he DJs there.
Yeah,
but
they usually give something outside, and this doesn't cost a dime.
Right, they just do it on.
They just come out there just to practice their DJing, and people go out there and skate.
And Michael does Tuesdays in the summer at 1701 Joyce. He just goes out and DJs. I went DJing.
Is that Michael J. Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's the one who was here. Perfect.
Mystical.
Yes.
Yes. He probably would be here, but his baby was just born.
Yeah. Those both happened at the Westerville rink? No, you said that one's at a different address.
It's at 17, it's a park, I forget the name of the park, I just remember the address because I used to put it in my GPS.
Okay.
But it's on Joyce Avenue.
And,
And it looked like a nice little spot.
would you mind
Mhm.
sharing
There are tennis
with
courts and
me the
things.
information for Gavin after this, like text it to me or his page or something so we can figure out what other
Yeah,
events.
he posts us on prime time a lot. In fact, he's on there
I have his number.
past few days.
Yeah, cause it would just, be lovely to have one place where you can go and see all the things that are happening. And that includes rink schedules for special events as well. But I do realize that most of everything on these events, on this events page will be 18 and over. Not really a lot of family programming initially because it just makes the liability of everything a lot more difficult. Yeah.
That's one of the models of prime time. I started it as a way of giving back. So anything that has to do with skating activities, I want to get it out there. Especially the free ones, the people that are saying, this is what I like, this is my passion, I'm going to go to a park, I'm gonna set up my equipment, whoever wants to come, there's no charge, just come and be a part of this. When I find those kind of people, I'm pushing it on prime time. Because that's the passion that I'm
We
looking
do it
for.
twice a week.
Yeah,
also
let me
long.
know what you're doing and I will, boom, push it out there.
Yeah.
Anything, but especially when they do it on their own, and these two guys are doing it on their own.
And they were doing it weekly? Or?
Yeah, I think actually, yeah.
Yeah, Mike is
It
out
was-
weekly.
Yeah, it was
And
almost
Brett can
weekly.
tell you a lot about who they are, where they go, cause he supports
He
their
follows everybody.
Yeah, he does.
And, he's been recovering from a sinus infection. He
That's
wanted to be
wonderful.
here.
Yeah,
Brett.
he wasn't
Yeah.
feeling well.
He's been pretty out of it, but he's still invested and we've talked about the calendar for the website. There is a calendar page of being able to, like a feed people could subscribe to, but also having something where it's more like the weekly things that we know are happening consistently. The evergreen things that happen. So that's awesome. So that is going. Starting in February, we're gonna move the committee meetings completely virtual. But I think there's also gonna be more individual meetings happening for specific projects. Cause our project list is so long that meeting in person with a bunch of people trying to work on different things becomes almost scattered. So forming smaller working groups that are more focused. And then some upcoming events that I just wanted to highlight, and this is more on the street skating side if anybody is interested, but Transit Columbus has been promoting an event happening a week from today. It's near campus, but it's about a book called Life After Cars. It's one of the authors of the book who have a podcast called War on Cars, but they just talk about how we build our cities to be car dependent instead of being walkable, tighter infrastructure. So if you're at all interested in that, then that event is a week from today. And I already have my ticket and planning to attend, and if anybody wants to join and learn more about that side of things, we know that's a more long-term goal, but that's coming up. We also have Icy Hot, February 5th to the 7th, and their warm-up is on the 31st. That's next weekend after this one. Wake and Skates, we're projecting to start March 15th, weather dependent, but that'll be the third one there. And then I'm gonna pop over to Emma for update on land grant and
Friendship Skate. So
Yes.
we have downtown Columbus partnership at Columbus Commons. We'll be skating outside on February the 4th. You know, it could
Ice skating.
be. We skate outside all year long. So
2426, it kind of has a nice.
it has a nice ring to it, yeah. So that'll be our friendship skate, and
What'd you say it was?
February the 4th. We start at Columbus Commons, and
Oh.
then we skate around downtown. Sometimes we end up over by the library and the topiary gardens, and that parking lot for the insurance, the auto insurance place is really nice. We end up over there all the time. Or we skate down to the Scioto Mile, and we skate around the Scioto Mile, and then we skate back. So I haven't taken a census yet of what everybody wants to do, but we'll pick a route when it gets a little bit closer.
What time is that?
It is 6:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
So we meet by the carousel at the Columbus Commons. Oh no, they've all still been out there. Like I've been skating inside because I have an indoor spot. I'm lucky enough to have scored myself an indoor spot. But most of our group is still skating outside. They wear like the big furry onesies
Yeah.
and they're out there at Tuttle Skate Park, you know, they were out there today.
Props to them.
Yeah.
I've done it before, but it's been rough.
I do it, but I mean, I have to dress for it. I wear like my ski gear, like I'm going to the mountain and
Yeah.
I'm just skating on the trail.
Oh, blame
Johanna will go. She keeps asking me if I want to. I'm like, no, it's too cold. She's like, okay, I'll go by myself.
Oh.
But yeah, she's Swedish, so she
The
she
cold
lived
is
in
not
Minnesota.
her.
She lived in Minnesota for years, so
Oh, okay,
she's
all
like,
right.
she'll do anything. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
just
will keep
bundle
it in
up.
mind, yeah, cause we go
Yeah.
over to the lot on
Yeah.
Indianola too, and
Yeah,
that's at least
I'll let her
covered.
know.
Like, it's cold, but it's
Uh-huh.
covered, so even
Yeah.
if it rains or snows, like, you're protected-ish from the elements.
I'll let her know.
Yeah, the parking garage is fun, let's go. And then as far
I
as
don't-
land grant, we are in discussions to have every Franklinton Friday be a skating event. So we're trying to get 7 to 10 PM consistently for those Franklinton Fridays, for roller skating. And we have a verbal agreement, we just don't have a contract yet, so we're getting closer.
Nice. And the friendship skate, is that sanctioned by Downtown Columbus?
Yes.
Awesome. And then the event in May.
So we are also in discussions with Downtown Columbus to have them sponsor a much larger skating event that would be more community-wide. So we would want to bring in all of the different skating groups, the speed skating group, the Ohio roller derby, skateboarders, scooterists, so all of the small-wheeled folks, and this would be an opportunity for us to just show Columbus what the skate community in Columbus is really like, more of a visual outdoor presence. It would be towards the end of May. Downtown Columbus would provide all of the infrastructure, so porta potties, water, like all the sanitation needs, things that our vendors might want, so like tents, tables and chairs. They would also organize food trucks to show up that day. And then we've thrown around a lot of different locations, but we've finalized a location, which is the parking lot. It's the overflow parking for COSI near the Junto Hotel. And then we're sort of throwing around ideas that maybe we could like skate inside the Junto and like order drinks at their bar. And so that's all still, up in the air. But stages with power generators for sound, and so we can have DJs come in. They did ask us to kind of put feelers out for entertainment to see if people would volunteer to entertain, to DJ or play have bands play or whatever. So if we can get people that would volunteer those services, Downtown Columbus would provide, a small like generator, staging, amps, PA, that kind of stuff. So it would be a
Somebody
big,
just
it would be a
popped into my
big
head, but I don't
event.
wanna jinx it, so I'm gonna save it.
Yeah, we're kind of keeping all of it pretty tight under wraps, but that's the discussions that are going on.
What's the date for that?
But there's no date yet.
Okay,
It'll
so
be
sometime in
in
May.
May.
But they wanna kick it off before June, because June is festival season in Columbus,
Yeah,
and that's
it's crazy.
everything. You
It's a
have,
festival every weekend in
right,
Columbus.
exactly, so.
Multiple of them, some
Yes.
weekends.
Yeah, so
It's like,
we
which
wanna-
one am I gonna go to this weekend?
Exactly, so
Yeah.
we wanna try to do it before that all kicks off, but obviously still have nice enough weather that you wanna be outside.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just wanna say that is super, 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 super exciting. And I think something that if we can get these various pieces, like aspects of the community to all rally behind and show up for, to really like make an announcement that the skate community is definitely still here and that the culture is alive and well, is gonna be like awesome. So thank you so much for all your legwork on that, cause that's, yeah.
Yeah, I was really amazed, like, they approached us at the last Undercurrent event, and he said, we just love what you guys have been doing, and we wanna partner in a bigger way, and like, dream big, tell us what would be like your ideal kind of thing, and we're like, we wanna throw a giant skate party.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm super stoked.
It's good for the city.
It is good for the
it's
city.
interesting.
Yes.
It's, yeah.
And so far, all of the people that I've talked to be like vendors to have a booth presence, like have been like, yes, we're down. I approached Ohio Roller Derby. I said you guys could have a tent and sell tickets to your matches, sell your t-shirts, sell your merch, so yeah, I think everyone so far that I've talked to about it has been all in.
I wonder if we can get a tap in with Blue Jackets for that too, and the people who operate the chiller rinks here. I think Chris and Glenn expressed that they have a relationship with them because they host their speed skating things there. But I also wonder if that's one that would, come and sell their things and have presence. Awesome.
Right, and like I'm sure they have a youth recruitment program that they want to advertise.
Did you say you had a conversation with Half Baked about something as well?
This same event, yeah.
Okay.
So the discussion with Half Baked is more along the lines of, would you be a deeper partner and possibly bring ramps and rails and like set up a little mini skate park kind of situation in that parking lot, so we could have more skate park vibes too.
Yeah, I found out about a group on campus called Ohio Skate University, which is pretty cute, right? But they are also interested in joining for outdoor activities and supporting. I don't think they really host anything consistently, but they try to uplift other things. But tapping into, up towards campus. And
I love that. Yeah, they're right in our neighborhood.
Wow, lovely updates and things to be excited about. Yeah. I want to ask where anybody feels like they might need more clarity on some of the things. But hello, young lady.
You said they're called Ohio Skate University?
Yes.
They have an Instagram?
I was told about it by a girl who goes there.
Okay, I'll look and see what I can find. That sounds fun.
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Actually, I'm gonna pop down since she just got here. We talked a couple weeks ago about uplifting some skate history here in Columbus in the month of February for Black History Month, and have started a shared document between Joey and I, accruing some of the things that we're finding online. We haven't discussed this yet, but what I've come across more so is honestly been more negative related history, like about discrimination and things like stuff that's important to uplift, but I would really love to find more positive representations of skating in Black history in Columbus. And I'm looking for photos and stories, 2 or 3 real ones to uplift, relate to people, knowing that if anybody has any specific things in mind, you can talk to me after. I'm not gonna look at you again.
What you got?
Good stuff. Yes.
Put the finger at me.
So then as we just look at I'm gonna pull up the highlights of what we're working towards and say what's concrete, and then if there's anything that you want to throw in or add in or have any questions about, then feel free to chime in. But we've gone through kind of the updates on what's coming event-wise and what we're working on the backside, and kind of updates on how many people are in play at the moment. And exploring a weekly pickleball court takeover during the summer, potentially a land grant or another court. So we know we've secured a monthly thing there. Do we want to talk about still trying to find something weekly at another pickleball court? Or it sounds like land grant's a hard sell on going weekly all summer. They're not gonna do it.
Yeah,
They got too many events.
we don't make them as much money as the pickleball leagues. Those people are drinkers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they have those festivals too. They had the 420 there one day. And
Yeah, they make
everybody-
all kinds of money.
Oh my God.
Whatever they're doing on those courts already. So it was already a hard sell.
Then what is it, the Strawberry Festival?
Yeah, that one's a man. I just saw them start advertising for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they
they got
always
a
have something
whole
going
lot,
on.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to for 2026, except monthly for Fridays and Fridays is a win, and back off of that concept? Or do we wanna see, can we get fourth Fridays at a different
I kinda,
pickleball court
I kinda wanna press the city.
or
Because-
somewhere on Friday night?
Actually, down the street from Land Grant, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They have an old skating rink. Everybody knows where, and you know too, Emma, don't you know that old skating rink? It's an outdoor rink.
Oh, Dodge.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so doing
I
something
called-
weekly there.
I already called about when are they gonna resurface that, cause it's really bad. I mean, there's
Is it
cracks, there's
Dodge
cracks
Park?
now that'll,
Mhm.
yeah, that'll swallow your wheel.
It's,
There's
really?
grass growing up in the middle of it.
Just out.
Oh,
like,
This is
yeah.
what we need to pressure them on. Maybe
Yeah,
we
they
need to
really
put
let
it-
Dodge
that
skate
rink
Get this
go.
together.
And, I mean, that could be in every single Friday spot, except the rink is in terrible condition. It's just not.
Maybe we get
But
the
that's
city
also
to
why
repave it.
it's like a
Bring
bit
it
of
back
the
to
opposite,
downtown.
because like the rink in Westerville, the problem those guys were having was that every time we would go up there, the hockey league had it
I was
already
gonna say, how do
rented.
we actually reserve it?
Right, you have to rent it and there's a cost. And so that's been the apprehension that most people have, is committing for the cost, just like land grant, right? We've
That's right
committed to
next to the
paying that
pool.
cost.
Yeah,
Okay, I know what that is.
So,
So there's a cost for land grant?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a city?
Ooh.
Is that
No,
a city?
it's
No.
private.
Oh,
That's
Private.
privately
It's
owned.
privately owned,
Who
yeah.
owns it?
Land grant.
Land grant.
Land, yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all new to me.
it's, yeah, they're a
Okay.
brewery. They started off as a brewery.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
we
know
pay
that.
for
Now they're
that
all kinds of
space
things.
every month, yeah.
Yeah, that event I paid for that myself.
Yes.
Yeah, out of pocket.
alright, quick thing on their website, $10 per facility per hour, there's a permit request form, includes the ranks. If a conflicting request exists on the same day, the following criteria will be used: city-sponsored programs and prior contractual obligations, something of economic impact to the city of Columbus, number of fields and or days, full facility rentals receive priority, and in pre-existing events with proven history. Would hockey have that? But yeah, there's definitely like a ranking
Yeah,
system.
right, like the hockey classes get priority over all the spaces.
So I guess then the question becomes, who do we need to talk to figure out, can we just have Dodge Park on
Fridays.
Fridays from 7 to 10?
Yeah,
I
can
mean,
we
you
get
could
it
probably,
resurfaced?
take it over now from 7 to 10 every Friday. It's not a great surface
Mhm.
anymore. Like, I'd be scared to skate backwards there a whole lot, cause
Oh, yeah.
there's just big cracks and, I mean, it's kinda like skating the trail. There's just some big spots you gotta look out for.
Put some pressure on the city to
We
clean
need
it
to
up.
get with them on
I
that
didn't
one.
put in a 311 request, I put in, just a question through the Columbus, Recreation and Parks, which is who maintains that property. I could put in a 311 request, and then it's like tracked,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see where that goes.
They don't even have
Yeah,
the 2026.
well, I didn't know, if, like, maybe your contacts at the
request
city that you've been talking to, if they would have any, no?
Yeah, I already
Yeah.
tried that, he's like, no, we don't have any.
Okay.
Sway over any of that stuff.
Separate.
Yeah, it's all separate.
So it's like a real,
Just like Metro Parks and Parks and Rec are
Mhm.
totally separate. Like, we have contacts at Metro Parks, but that's not Dodge, that's Scioto Audubon,
Mhm.
that's Quarry Trails, that's a whole different system, yeah.
I just wanna make sure, I wanna have a concrete answer.
Yeah.
Cause we discussed it, but there's a lot of factors to consider. But if we could get Dodge Park,
It's having someone that's willing to do it every Friday too, like bring a speaker, provide the sound, you know, cause that's the thing with the roller club meetups too, is you just have to have someone that's committed to be there every single week.
yeah.
That's what it takes.
Yeah.
Well, if we know you're gonna have second Fridays at Langray, maybe if we could get someone to commit to 4th Fridays at Dodge Park or something, then it's every other week. And it's not quite
If I can
there
get-
all the way.
If I can get something, if we can get something done with Dodge Park first than that concrete, I would like to have more events there myself.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to always require a DJ. You can always bring one huge speaker, and internet is a powerful thing nowadays.
It sounds like the Dodge Park resurfacing.
We can still make that
People
an
have talked
initiative,
about it a lot, yeah.
make that
Yeah.
an initiative, but.
So should it be something as clear as like a Kickstarter or GoFundMe, or?
I think
the
start
art
by,
saying,
Like,
interesting.
cause I'm thinking
Collective
specifically
pressure.
I think,
detail
yeah, you
wise.
start by putting in a
Putting
request
collective pressure on
and
the
say, this
city.
is a community,
Yeah.
this
If
is coming from the skate
If
community.
every person in this room puts in a request with 311 about Dodge Park, I guarantee you they'll start paying attention.
If everybody on the list does it.
Everybody in skate club, yes.
Send out an email,
Send
mass,
an
like an
email
email,
with a link and tell everybody exactly what
Yeah.
to say.
give them a script.
Yeah, I can work
Right.
on that if you want. I'll
Or
work
I
on
say,
the
you know,
script
give it your
and-
own flavor, that's exactly what we do for advocacy, you know,
Yes.
it's like, you know, you give them a script and make it easy, you copy and paste, put in your own words if you want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can work on that if you want.
I would love that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 311 script.
Absolutely perfect.
We're just planting some
You
seeds.
just don't know how
We're just
long
planting
I've been
some
wanting to
seeds.
hear something like that about that place, cause
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good,
It's nice and centrally located. It's the
And
biggest
it's
outdoor
open.
rink around.
yes.
It's bigger than Tuttle. It's bigger than Crumb. It was
To
a
be
nice.
good for bigger events,
Yes,
yeah.
it was a really nice rink like 10 years ago. They just let it fall apart.
And then
Yeah.
just think, you have summer all year, well, not all, every year, summer around when they open the pool. You have all those people, those kids going there, when they see something like that, what do you think they're gonna wanna do?
They're gonna want to skate.
And it gets great views of the city line, like the skyline in the
Mhm.
background.
Yeah, that's good for the
Aesthetically,
city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you just letting it sit there and just rot?
Exactly.
You
Right,
know?
it's already a resource, just
Yeah.
maintain it. So much easier to maintain something than to build a whole new one.
Move that one to the big three for the year.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
would
like
even
something
say-
everybody wants.
Yeah, I would even say the initiative to update the space, but also maybe like a commitment to maintaining it for a certain amount of years, like I don't know if we can get that, as far as like, so we don't see this again.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a wanted space.
Yeah,
And that kind of goes into that strategy plan that Vancouver did, which essentially was their skateboard community coming together. They did their own internal analysis of what the state of everything was, and then they made recommendations, and worked with the city to get with the engineering department and figure out the funding and everything else. But they were the ones asking for it and saying, this is what needs to be done. So that's, yes.
From what I remember when that started, it was Tim and those guys that did a lot of the initial work that got it up and going. I believe there was a grant from some famous skater's father or something.
Tony Hawk, yes.
Somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, his father originally designed the park when it was designed in like '88 or something.
Yes, and then they also paid to redo that skate park just recently.
A couple of years ago, I think 2023.
Yes.
I knew initially a lot of that kick was like Tim and those guys that were back there. I'd yell over the things, encourage. But I wonder if the city's looking for somebody to spearhead the effort.
So,
is that the right?
as far as, needs from the community, we talked about photos for the website that we had, rights for. I'm gonna add, if we can find someone who is willing to, someone or a group that is willing to commit to a Friday a month on a consistent basis.
Go ahead, busted.
Go ahead, eat it.
Curtis was looking like, yeah,
I thought you carried water in there, I've been wondering the whole time, is it food in there? Shoot.
Anybody, there's snacks available if you want some.
Set it off, man. All of us sitting here
Yeah,
hungry.
we wanna keep it informal.
You get that
A lot of
way?
meetings that
Yeah, every bit of it.
Where it was just a time and a place and one person would show up.
I didn't even, yeah, I didn't know this.
You have to have
But
one
that was
person
there.
I was just looking at, yeah, no, I didn't know it was there.
Like with the-
And it is
I heard people
significantly-
talk about that.
It is significantly bigger than
So
the
that's the ring
ring
area.
I
Mhm.
think it's
What
the
is
same
that?
size as
Golf park,
Western.
okay.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I'm always wondering.
Yeah.
It's the same
It's a nice
size.
size.
No, it's in us.
It
Yeah.
has
Matter of
the
fact, they gave her a couple of drinks over here.
But my other question.
Yeah,
Eighty-one,
it's like a big
yeah,
ring.
Is,
81,
and how do we make sure
That
that
was really big.
hockey people aren't there using it, like it needs to be booked.
So that's
I
bigger,
wanna
is that
see-
bigger
Yeah.
than land grants?
So we don't.
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
also
Definitely.
the
A
girl
lot bigger.
Her name is
By
It's a
far.
regulation
who
size
skates on
rink.
Wednesdays,
Wow.
works for like events.
They have night lights,
Columbus.
they have lights for nighttime.
There are lights, but I
But
don't
they're
think
not
they
over
work.
the thing.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I'm
add,
looking
add
at.
that
Like,
to
we
the
have
list,
the
get some good
list of
lighting up
things,
there
but,
and.
what are the actual dates?
Right.
I'm locking it in
Yeah.
because the calendar fills in
Oh,
really
yeah,
quick.
that's,
It
that's a
does.
great location.
That's not gonna cost them a whole hell of a lot. I mean, you talking
The
about
perfect
for
Because,
us.
hold on, let me look at
And some lighting.
volleyball schedule.
Which now, the lighting
It's
that
easy to
they're
go
using
to.
is solar.
And that's still
replenished.
in that same area, like around Land Grant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just down the street.
Good stuff. Okay, so my takeaway from that point of the exploring a weekly pickleball court takeover is hoping for 2 solid ones. We already have Franklin Fridays almost confirmed, and then looking for another one at that park, where we'll try and get permits and have it be there with or without DJ, as long as there's somebody consistent, we can do that, and that would probably start in May as well, to keep it light. But we'll narrow it down from a weekly pickleball court takeover to twice a month on Fridays. And if we have the first one in May and this one is like, I can be here the first and third of whichever, and it evolves into something weekly, then that can happen, but as far as what we're, committing our resources to, it's there.
You said fourth Friday,
And is
right?
the,
Fourth Friday is what I, for balance,
Mhm.
yeah.
I like that.
and when you're talking about, I'm still stuck on Dodge Skate Park, because I skated there over the summer, on 4th of July with Annie. And I liked it down here, but we were skating on the street. Like, does it have to be at that specific
Ring.
rink, or could it be a street skate?
I guess it could be a street
On
skate.
Friday nights?
As long as they don't kick us out, I mean,
I don't, in my memory, the streets around there was not pleasant. Like the streets in Franklin's, I remember rubble and like,
Street skating
there was a lot of
for everybody.
construction happening.
Yeah, they got too much
the
construction.
trail right there is also not.
Street skating's not for me.
Yeah.
I've tried it, I did the parade and oh, that was scary.
Lisa.
Parade skating is not for the faint.
Why? What
Yeah.
happened? No bad experience.
Well, I thought High Street was flat.
You learn real quick, didn't you? I learned that lesson the hard way too.
Oh, there was a lot of me spinning around so I didn't fall.
Well, that's a good segue, because the next bullet point was a casual weekly parking lot or parking garage meetup, focused on getting people comfortable skating outside. So that's the one I had the inspiration from Atlanta. The parking lot with the insurance place is the ideal that we put a star on. Do we actually wanna reach out to the people at that insurance place and see if they'll let us pop into their garage? My second question to that, so that's question number 1, do we wanna reach out to them? Number 2 would be, I think, focusing on parking garages. I know there's maybe something about near the Commons using the top level of their garage, but there's been a lot of viral clips from London lately of skaters in a parking garage, and we could do it illegally, but it would be nice for whoever it is to let us use their parking garage. And the whole point of that would be flat spaces, but also spaces with hills, and for there to be some type of instructor or community member who's willing to help people get acclimated to skating outside.
Plus, if you do it illegally, if somebody gets seriously hurt, like going down a ramp, bust their head open, you know, you're on somebody else's property, their brand,
Yeah,
then there you go, a law,
yeah,
you know this, know that, and you will really enforce it, so maybe get permission.
yeah.
So
Permission is, it was preferred for
we could talk
any,
to
Yeah.
downtown Columbus about that also, about potentially using the parking garage for Columbus Commons. And he seemed open to that idea, like maybe a Sunday morning skate and maybe get like a coffee and donuts truck on the top level of the parking garage. We don't have anything confirmed or anything like that, but they seemed open to that idea, so I can bring that up the next time that we talk. As far as me personally, I really like that parking lot in Clintonville, just because it's literally 3 houses down from my house. And the school has given us permission to skate there, and they just resurfaced the whole parking lot. So for me, that's like the easiest, yeah, no brainer, but I can definitely ask again with downtown Columbus and see what they say.
Yeah, I have seen that a lot, especially since they've repaved it and wanted to. I think I've just fallen in the category of hoping to be closer to downtown.
Yeah.
But, I also wonder if we should do maybe even a Skate Columbus, like a roller thing, but like a one-off at that lot with a bigger push on the outdoor skating side of it, maybe in the spring, or maybe do the skate maintenance workshop there, or something, like pop up a couple tables on a or like a spring day.
We do that annually, so we do like a maintenance and gear swap, where like you can bring your old stuff, you can swap it. We also have like a workshop where we all get together and show like how to clean bearings, how to replace bearings.
Do you know what date or time frame that normally will happen?
Not yet. But we do always hold a workshop like that every year.
Okay. Next bullet was family-friendly skate time at Dodge Park on Saturdays from 12 to 3. That was just someone's idea. Nobody's taken any ownership of it, so it's kind of just sitting there for now. So leave it pending for the short term. Skate activations connected to Gallery Hop and House on High in the short north. Before they are on the list for reach out at the beginning of February, does anybody have a specific contact with the Short North Arts District? Okay. I had one, but they don't work there anymore, but you can still reach out and see if they know somebody who is still working there. But I was taking ownership of that reach out for the Hop on High, because they had expressed interest to us when they've seen us roller skating and having some type of collaboration there. Open Streets, similar thing. Lourdes from City Council, who's also the head of the Transportation Committee, is gonna be at that Trent Columbus event a week from today on the streets. And then we already talked about the skate event at the Commons in May, so that's already in progress. Wasting Skates starting March 15th, I already said that, that's pretty much confirmed, and, we'll say as is, if there was someone who were interested in hosting outdoor street skates on 2nd and 4th Saturdays between March and October, they could be weekly, but I personally can't commit to more than, 2 weekends a month, 1st and 3rd for it, so, there's potential for it to be more, but for now, it'll just be confirmed, 1st and 3rd, and occasionally 5th, when it's okay. Skate maintenance workshop in early spring is the next one. You just said, so I'm gonna put collab and uplift with Playable Roller Club.
Perfect.
So, then going down history and culture, Experience Columbus, working with them to feature skating as a part of the city's cultural storytelling, and we've talked about that quite a bit. I think that the combination of what is already coming with some storytelling in the meantime in February and March leading up to it, that we, I don't know, we'll just see how they receive it, because that's one that just helps to uplift everything related to what we're doing, and it's pretty much gonna be saying, hey, this is all happening, will you feature it on your site? And then I touched briefly on the Black History Month campaign, but probably also being sure to highlight the music movement part of it and the ties of funk and its ties of roller skating. Do you have anything you want to add in on what you found when you were looking already, or?
Yeah, so I was looking up like articles and things like that, and they were talking about, Trigger, that's who, Robert was talking about last time we met. So he was the person who brought Stride to Columbus or made it popular here. So there were already some articles and news footage from, out east with the Rick management there, so I was like, do we wanna collaborate with them to kind of, I don't wanna bite off of their stuff that they've already done, like, it was like 2022 or 2023, so it was more recent than not, but that's where I was kind of confirming some of the facts that I've been hearing from some of the folks out of Columbus history, so I think they might be a good collaboration, because I couldn't find any of the source materials, just kind of like word of mouth, like that tribal knowledge type of history, so we wanna confer with them before we kind of take their facts as facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of people say they started something, but.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So it could be debatable.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly, so I was trying to find like more source material, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I figure some of this history could be supplemented to the positive with like first-hand accounts of people who may have gone to that rink, because I found some Facebook posts of people commenting, so we may be able to connect with them to get some more positive, like what kind of music you listen to when you went to the skating rink at that time on the Black Only night, you know, seeing how the culture, like, how it kind of expands. I feel like we kind of went into like adult nights here and that type of thing.
Awesome. Is that it? Beyond that, it's too far to look.
We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yes, because even if, I would be more than overjoyed if everything that we just talked about came to fruition. And I also would like to remind myself that we're making do with what we can and what we have resources wise and people wise, and even if it's not everything on the list doesn't happen or doesn't come to fruition in the way that we think it will, that we are definitely planting seeds and making steps towards what we want to see here. So that is super, super exciting. I'm at the end of my list, so I'm going to pass the mic around the room if anybody has any specific questions or ideas, and then everything, the next times that we meet will either be one-on-one or the committee's meeting virtually. And Joey's also said she would help me set up the Zoom calls and rooms for those, to help out on the admin side, because there is quite a few people who've been interested in tapping in remotely, so I think that's gonna make it even better. I'm trying to look at the puzzle overall, and I think of it as identifying the four corners and then trying to build the edges around the outside. But I also can't be everywhere all the time, so trying to make sure that it's something where we can all work together and support and uplift each other without necessarily feeling like my hands need to be like all up in what everybody's trying to do. But as long as we can come together, share, and work towards the common goals, I think we're in a good place. So.
I have a question. Where are we looking at to be at the end of 2026? What do you see? Where are we at? Where do we want to be at? Or
We want
accomplish?
to have had a successful spring, summer, and fall outdoor programming that is also captured, as in through video and photo and uplifted, like people need to see it, it needs to be visible in a sense. We want to have formed relationships with not just the menus thing, but more so, because it's hard to answer a question like that because there's the 4 different areas.
Mhm.
So each section will kind of have their own things that we would hope at the end of the year, relationships that have been nurtured and built with these other organizations. Because we know inside like what we want to do. We can just live in our own little happy bubble, but if we really wanted to grow, it's gonna have to share the joy. That makes sense.
Where we with the city officials? Where are we at as far as talking to the clubs?
I've been wanting to put that website link in the thing when we talk to them, so we've just been, waiting, not wanting to put the bridge before the horse, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
So we're setting the infrastructure, we're getting the foundation before we,
And you are putting
and that's
your
not
face
gonna
out
happen
there
this year.
with city council people. I see you like being
Yes.
present, like this thing that you're going to, the Life After Cars, you're going because city councilwoman, the Lourdes person is
Well,
gonna
it's
be
gonna be
there.
there, yes.
Yeah, of course.
And she also saw us at the Mobility Justice Advocacy Summit, and that was wonderful because Manny came, Emma and Lauren came, and myself came, so we had like an entire row of roller skaters at that summit. So I am trying to be visible in that sense, and that's why even the 2026 calendar, looking at it, I'm also integrating it with, we're starting like Pride planning season, even though it doesn't happen for 6 months, but trying to make sure that I'm not overcommitting and saying I can be places that I can't be, but it's gonna be a very busy spring, summer, and fall. But I'm also super excited because it seems like we're gonna be skating multiple times a week, all over the place. And even if it rains one day, we know there's another opportunity tomorrow. So, I also think that there are a lot of other organizations similar to how Downtown Columbus is like, we love roller skaters, give us more, like we wanna have your presence. And if people know where they can reach out to, or to become like a bridge to all the other organizations as well, would be awesome. Even one of the initial discussions, when it comes to city council people and also Experience Columbus and things, is also saying, if you ever need roller skaters for marketing purposes, when you're filming your Coda commercials and stuff like that, or anything like that, we have a large network of roller skaters that we can tap into and say, we need people to show up on this day at this time with your own skates, wearing these clothes, and be in this shot, so that we can also be represented as you're doing these things. So, yeah.
Big goals, lots of them.
Yes. But this year is, I think, about showing up, like having programs, but also showing up to those programs and letting other people see. And it also just garners interest from the general community. I mean, every time we've been there on Fridays at Land Grant, whether it's for Timber's event or y'all's people are always stopping by on the outer edges and be like, oh, people still skate, this is lovely.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, we wish we were here all the time.
They let us do it every Friday, we'd be here.
So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I think visibility is huge for this group, cause I don't know that Greater Columbus knows how special the skating community here is. So it's giving them a peek into the things that we all know and love.
Right.
It's always a surprise to people.
Right.
People still skating?
Yes, they see me
Yes.
out on the trail, my
Multiple
skates go,
times a
people
week.
still quad skate? Yeah, they do.
Yes. In your city.
Yeah, I think the key word this year is collaboration with people outside of the skate community, so that it is more visible.
I like that.
Yeah, so exploring new venues and new events, and events that are already supposed to be like a fun thing to do in the city, like gallery hops and open streets and stuff. It's like, oh, people are also skating there. Yeah, so kind of.
We've had invitations from multiple farmers markets, which depending on where they're at, they can actually be really fun to skate. Like the Upper Arlington Farmers Market, that parking lot is beautiful. I skated like 6 miles around that parking lot, just weaving in and out of the vendors and like skating around. Like that wasn't bad either. So if that's something that other people want to do, because Roller Club just can't commit to do everything, right? Like as much as we would love to be everywhere.
You just reminded me.
But we have contacts at Common Greens too, if you're ever interested in like setting up a skate C-bus tent at the farmers markets.
I want to see the venue, but yeah, maybe. That also reminds me, I believe people have done like the African American Men's Wellness Walk on skates.
Love that event.
I think it would be nice if someone would rally a group of skaters to do that more formally.
I will do that again this year. I loved it. The only reason I didn't do it last year is I had surgery and I was still recovering from surgery last year, or I would have been out there. I love that event. There is music all along the route, live music. The community comes out of their houses. People are standing on their porches like cheering for you. It's such a cool.
I ran
It's
this year.
I walked in
But
last
it'd be
year.
interesting to do it on
So the
skates.
collaborations, yeah, I wonder what it looked like on skates, cause it's truly like on the street, cause it starts
Yeah.
out at Children's Hospital and just makes a big loop. I wanna say it's like it's a couple of miles.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a 5K.
5K.
It's a
Is
5K.
it?
So it's 3
Oh,
miles.
I, like,
This year's
wouldn't even
starting.
know
But
exercise
it'll be a
was
lot
one.
easier to skate than it is.
This
to
year
run.
it's starting on Long Street,
Oh, really? They're
which
not starting
has
on
recently
Parsons.
been, it's recently been paved, so
Ooh,
it's nicer,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be a whole different venue.
You asked that question because even though we have this list of events that we know we want to do more consistently, maybe what we need to also look at is what are the other one-off Columbus main festivals that we can be a part of in some form. I know people have skated in the Pride Festival. I've been to ComFest on my skates before, but like, what other ways can we tap into things that, and have a
Community
presence?
things that are already going on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Along with African American Mental Wellness, they have Uplift Her, and they do a line dance night.
Oh, yeah?
I think
Oh,
it's
fun.
every other Thursday, where they have a DJ, and then they have these huge parking lots they go to. And so if you wanted a place with music that's inviting people to come and skate.
See, that would be, to me, an interesting parking lot thing, because then you have people dancing inside, you got people skating outside.
It's all outside, it's all in the parking lot out there, where the DJ is set up at the front,
Everything,
And
everything.
then there's
Now that
So it'd be
sounds
cool.
like.
Asian people dancing in the parking
It's
lot.
called Uplift Her.
I believe it's called Uplift.
I think I've read that
Get you the
name before.
connection for them.
Yeah, it's like the women's division of like the African American Wellness Ball, like council. I'm trying to think of other like weekly events or stuff at, by the Urban League, like every Thursday they had like a music event.
At the Navy Moore Park.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's decent for skating.
I mean, it's kind of
Since
busy,
they
but you
don't
can
skate
kind of take
outside.
like a, you know, like there's like the parking lots across the street, so like there's people gathered up, there's live music, they have like, you know, every week they have a specific band. So that might be a good place just to kind of, like you said, informally be out
Show up,
there and
yeah.
have a lot of eyes on, you know, skate groups that might interest people, because I mean, it's all age, like family friendly, all ages. People just set up their, lawn chairs and watch, you know, stuff go by, they have vendors, there's food, and, in that area, there's a lot of like black owned restaurants and things like that, so.
You said it's at the Urban League?
By the Urban League, but it's the Mamie
It's at the
Moore
Navy
Park.
Moore Park across the street.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
MAYME.
Oh, it's at their office.
What's right off of,
You just pull it up?
Uplift, right? The line dance
the-
thing is
yeah.
at the office.
it's on the backside parking.
I forget the name of the company, the company. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, it was the Heritage Music Festival.
I think I got you.
So it's jazz, R&B, and blues every summer.
Usually it's in July, from what I remember. They pick the hottest time of the summer.
They really do.
I volunteer at the market down the street during
Oh,
that. So we have people coming there to get like their warm up going on, a snack or drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
And they, sometimes they assume that we're the festival. Like, oh no, it's much larger. Keep going.
Motorcycles, people like pull up and have like
Yep.
their stuff on display, so it's just, it's important, like when we talk about like Black History and things like that, that's like a epicenter, I feel like, for those types of things. And hopefully it'll bring some revitalization. Maybe more park with the Heritage Festival.
Oh.
Music Festival, so there's a lot of black owned businesses, so hopefully we can bring some revitalization down to that area also, just being more present, bringing people.
Long Street's getting redone, so you'll have more businesses coming in there. Like Creole Kitchen left the plaza, number,
Okay.
they're going to go to the town. So all that'll be left is the shady pizza place. So a lot of the business will be over on Long now, which is where
Oh.
Mamie Moore Hickey's out too.
Yeah, cause there's, what's that bar, Waves?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my groups frequent Waves, so we're over in that area quite a bit. It's cute, it's nice, the little area coming up.
Keep sliding around the room, anybody have anything else out there? For discussion, any ideas, any questions?
I was looking at the dates for the Saturdays, and I think I could do the alternate.
For wave skates?
Yeah,
Second and fourth Saturdays?
yeah. Like, it would have to be, like, we'd have to talk about April and May, because I'm out on those Saturdays, like the 11th of April and the 9th of May. But I'm sure I can do most of the other ones. if
And,
not all. And I was thinking about the Dodge Park on Fridays, but it doesn't make sense to try to schedule that before they get things renovated, unless we're out on the street. When I was out there on 4th of July over the summer, there was a street that was right next to the pool that was pretty free and clear, that didn't have a whole lot of traffic, so if people got cones and speakers and were on that street, and just on that block doing a street skate, that would be cool. But I don't know about every week.
Picture somebody doing a live news segment, like, live from Dodge Park, where skaters won't skate because it needs to be repaved. Live at 5.
Like, they're out here in the street.
Skating protest.
So, maybe it's good to, I would like to explore more ways collectively to, we've already talked about sending out a way to, for people to put in through a multiple requests, but it sounds like Dodge Park is something that is important. So what would, you asked me the question, what would that look like by the end of the year? What would success look like as far as moving towards that goal, even a year from now, what would we love you to sit here and say, remember when we started talking about that? And it's already done. Would that be possible? How much money would it take? Where would the money come from? Yeah, those are all the question marks that come up in there. But if somebody is like super passionate about it and wants to be the lead on a Dodge Park like resurfacing project and source the ideas and make type of moves or be the person who is like really into that, I would love to call me later. But I know it's a big project in itself, but it is also something where I think a lot of people will get behind it. It could be a quick win. That would also tell people, wow, look at, they're actually doing stuff over there.
It's just such an easy plug and play action item for everyone to feel like they're helping if, you know, they're sending a message to the city about it.
Yeah.
It's that important. I mean, just getting them to.
If you
to
said there's
agree.
26 people that are interested in this committee, if we can get all 26 people
Yeah.
to fill out the form.
Who's the guy on my committee whose wife worked for Dodge, or worked for the Rexy Park?
Was that Alan?
I wanna say his name's Alan.
Alan is out of town until February 1st, but he and I are supposed to meet the weekend he's back.
He said that his wife has great connections there, and he's
And
happy
he's
to.
the one who's been talking about grants and funding on that side.
I know the park was one of the big things he talked about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So short term, we get people to put in some requests. Midterm, some type of campaign starts where we're at least a petition. If not raising funds, at least a
You can do a
petition.
petition.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
I bet all
It becomes, and the more visible it becomes,
That's what I was
Yeah.
the
thinking.
more pressure.
will sign for sure. Those hockey skaters want another spot downtown.
And then we uplift that campaign through a couple one-off events that maybe happen there. I'm
Skating
thinking
on the street because we can't skate on the rink. Yes.
breaking news.
Live at 5.
That idea started here. I want y'all to remember that.
I got it on video.
Lovely. Anything else? We're getting close to 8. Now that I really don't ever want to take y'all's time excessively.
So one more idea for the Dodge Park resurfacing. I know that our goal is to have the city do that, but I don't know if there's any companies that would want to be a part of that, like,
Columbus Blue Jacks.
there's that. I was thinking even like pavers, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that could be like a community project where folks that have businesses or even corporate would say,
So
okay,
it would
well,
have to be a very specific type of asphalt company that does sports surfacing. My ex-husband's company does it, but he's an asshole. He wouldn't
yeah,
do
no,
this.
we're not
Is it
doing that.
asphalt or is it concrete?
It's asphalt, but it has a special sport surface coating on it. It is asphalt.
And that's what makes it bouncy. You said like when you fall.
It's like the
It
tennis.
has like cushion.
It's that like tennis court surface, so it's smoother than asphalt. It basically like fills in all of the little gaps and cracks and crevices from asphalt, and it's just a completely smooth surface.
And the one thing we can't settle for, there's, it was brought up in Cincinnati, they said be careful with patch jobs and things, because they'll say, oh, we'll just send somebody out to like patch
Nope.
certain
You
pieces
don't
and then it
want
falls
that.
apart, yeah, so that is not,
That whole rent need to be.
that's a
It's
concession
too far
we're not
past that
willing to
point.
take, yeah.
They had time, if they wanted to crack fill and try to fix it, that was like 6 years ago. They've missed the boat.
I'm not familiar with Dodge Park, but would the skateboarders come out there and try to overtake it?
They've
Oh,
got
they
a-
have
they've got
a
a
skate
skate
park
park.
There's a-
right
Oh,
next
okay,
to, like,
okay.
so there's the rink, and then there's a full skate park
Oh, I
that.
didn't
Yeah,
know.
they've
Tony
got what
Hawk
they need.
just redid.
They don't
like
want a
two-
flat, they don't want that
Yeah,
flat.
they
Oh,
don't
okay.
want,
I didn't
they
know.
don't want our flat spot. They've got their own with all the ramps and the bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't do their fancy stuff on that rink.
That is where the hockey goes, right? And the-
Yeah, that's
Yes.
where you'll.
Yeah, the
sometimes
hockey
go.
players might be interested in it if it was resurfaced. Nobody uses it now because it's in such bad shape. But the hockey leagues might come back there and rent it and use it again if they fix it.
Yeah,
Do you know anyone from Heatwave? Heatwave? It's an indoor hockey rink. I just wonder if they would be interested in outdoor also. Every time I've been inside, it's hot. It's like you're inside of a refrigerator that's not plugged in.
yeah.
But there's a bunch of young guys that skate there. I could ask roller derby. I could ask them. They'll know who runs Heatwave.
And are we only looking for an indoor or outdoor rink in
Is that where roller
Columbus.
derby practices?
That's
There's
where
one
it's been
with-
kind
Is that where the
of
Ohio roller derby
focused,
practices?
cause there's also, I mean, there's a very small one in
'cause I was like, they have a
Tuttle.
warehouse
There's
somewhere.
like a hockey rink there, but it's
Okay.
not.
But they do.
It's
have-
There's one in
Yeah.
Westerville.
Hmm?
There's one in
I
Westerville.
still haven't been to the one, so that's the one that where
Oh,
they say Gavin
gotcha.
DJs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about, yeah, the Westerville,
That's pretty big. It's a nice
Or,
size.
I haven't been to that one.
it's a hockey rink, right?
Yeah.
Where you guys have
Oh,
done
yeah,
events
yeah.
there, too.
And it's big, it's
And
the
it has
same
that, like,
size as
temporary
Dodge,
floor.
but it's
Yeah.
got those terrible plastic I destroyed a whole beautiful set of complex wheels in there, cause of those tiles.
Yeah,
It's-
you have
it's
to
not
use
ideal.
outdoors.
Yeah.
So, the Westerville one?
It's not a sport court, it's those awful plastic tiles, and you fall and they leave like little triangular divots in your skin, it's, mm-mm.
It's not concrete.
Right.
I would rather have concrete, I just,
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
yeah, it's okay, I mean, it's skatable, like, but it's not ideal, the Westerville rink.
I mean, we talk about tennis courts, what about the courts
You can
over in
rent-
Tuttle?
You can rent tennis courts just about anywhere, so when we were doing lessons at Antrim Park, we rented those tennis courts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can rent tennis
They
courts anywhere.
they weren't as expensive as land grant, were they?
No.
Nowhere near.
But we also can't have a party, like we can't have loud music, like it's just not the same environment, you know? You're in a public park, you
Yeah,
gotta
that's
be
true.
respectful.
It would be lovely for the weekly, for like a weekly meetup spot to be free. Yeah, like trying to get funding for a once a month event is a lot easier than trying to get funding for like 13 weeks, like
Yeah.
3 months of things, so.
And that was something, those tennis courts, we didn't charge anyone, like people would just come and we paid for it out of our merch sales when we rented the tennis courts.
Yeah, there are tennis courts at that park in Joyce Ave that my teachers.
They skate on the tennis court, yeah.
The
There's
choices.
another set of tennis courts that nobody ever uses down at Obet's and Parsons, those are really nice too, I've skated down there and there's no one ever there. The problem is if you're in an area where there are tennis players, cause then if you don't rent them and have the permit, then the tennis players will be like,
And it's hard to scope out at this time of year, like what the schedule is gonna be, because as soon as the weather changes, everything is different. Cause the basketball court's closest to my house, I always think, oh, it's so beautiful, and then as soon as it's 55 degrees and I try to go up there, it's packed with people playing basketball, because it's the first 50-degree day, people are inside, so.
yeah, we did
You
learn that
could play
tennis
with
players don't like the
rollerskates.
cold. Like we would be
Yeah.
out there when it was real cold and the tennis players are nowhere to be found.
Awesome. So, I'm excited. Thank you all so much for your time, and.
Thank you for everything that you're doing.
Yeah, no, y'all are the fuel to the fire. I didn't live a little match, you know. No, for sure.
What's the next meeting?
February 17th. And we're gonna be in room 3A, which is over there.
Where I went before, we're coming.
Yes, and if anybody wants to be in the loop about the virtual meetings that are happening between now and then, they would reach out to me via the Gmail or Instagram or whichever it is. Everybody in this room, their email's already on that list, so you can be notified, but
I don't think mine.
you put in the form.
Yeah.
I think you just did, like in the last week, the Google form. I think you did. And the link in my bio, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Some of the things
So
you
that's
guys done,
not-
I'll
that's
let
not-
you know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
some of them
I might, you ain't
Yes,
get
please,
lists with
by
like
all means.
5 or 6 past
Any of those that
emails
has
from the
already
form,
been
I
played,
just wanna read like
scratch
what we
it
did.
off the list.
So,
Hey, how are you been?
It's like what we have from, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And February 17th at 7 p.m. Alright.
Oh, where's that? Yeah. Oh, I haven't been out there because I had bruised my ribs and I mean.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
Bye, Lisa. Hey, we'll talk and chat.
Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. Go shopping again.
Yes, ma'am, real quick.
Good to see you.
Gotta have it.
You good?
You stay warm.
Nobody want any chips or anything to take with them?
Yeah, see you guys later.
Okay.
Anybody want something to
Yeah,
take with
good
them?
night.
Thank you.
Anybody want
What
something
you
to
got?
take with them?
Yes.
Man,
You're welcome.
it's right there. Yeah.
Since you're rubbing the nose.
That's what I thought, so you want another one, Bernie?
See, I know you're gonna give something away, that's why I came over
You
here.
want some more water and you want some more cookie, Bernie? Look, I'm paying you to stay away from my corner. You can't be around my corner. You are so done. You.
French, 2 F's.
Got to have a text again, she said, I need it, the next day, but she was still like, she said, I needed that.
Bye-bye, good seeing
See
you.
ya.
Bye, Jason.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, she did.
Bye. You gotta reach out when you tip your toe.
I know.
Get a running start. That's funny.
Jamie?
Always good, it's always good, okay.
I'm doing well. I'm trying to get ready.
I know they do, I know they do.
It's,
Take care.
planning for our old school party that's coming up.
Yeah, I had that idea to ask you about.
Yeah, old school last year, and old school that will start this year, so
This year thing, but I think it's too soon and like the time to do it and edit it.
You guys do that?
Before February.
I'm not sure, yes, I have to see when we
Yeah.
can get
Yeah.
in, so.
You just have it in mind that it's
That's
coming
how
up.
I'm gonna do it.
So she and I are looking at it more like this.
You've been having a ball with that baby of yours.
Oh, my
Oh,
oldest.
it's fine.
Share,
Yeah.
right?
Man, they looking
So I know
good.
this weather is getting to me.
It's weird.
Had that conversation we had, man, I'm like thinking about you like, oh, I know it's
So,
brutal.
you don't know how it go no more.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess.
Oh,
Well, I take that back.
Grown adults, you
I
know.
take that back.
Good night.
You too, sweetie. I take that back, cause my granddaughter's 21.
Yeah, 15 and the youngest is 11, so.
This is what we're used to. This is not as bad as it used to be.
Well, I'm trying to say, I'm get ready for icy hot.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe Sunday.
Bernie, are you going to Icy Hot? Please.
It's gonna be my first one, you gotta be there.
That,
No,
Yeah.
Please, please be
that cold
careful.
weather hit me the other
Please.
day, and I said, this is like stand, cause I come 2 hours early and stand outside.
Oh, wow, why would you do
With a
that?
heated vest. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that this year. What, you're not
Just-
going?
I never go, Bernie. My immune system ain't gonna allow me to. be
And that's
in
what
that
I'm talking
room.
about.
That
I've
day.
been-
You can't skate.
I've been sick, man, for a
But
month.
not just that,
I'm going to watch.
Yeah,
No,
not
it's-
just skate, I was like,
It's
they're
not
knocking
just
down the
that,
elevation.
it's not just that, I wouldn't wanna be in the same room. All them people come from out of town, and you talk about a flu virus in the hospitals.